Hey everybody, it's Total War is here, and I am here, literally, because I am the Odrysian Kingdom. So, yeah, I'm facing off versus Seleucid, and I got a comment asking for show us more tactics. So that's what I'm here to do today. I'm going to show you one of my favorite tactics. Unfortunately, I don't always execute it to the best. It could be done, but I did okay with it today, I believe. So we're going to see how this runs, what you think in the comments below, how I executed this, what I could have done better. But my first line is going to be spears, and these are the cheapest, worst units you can get for your Odrysian Kingdom. I mean, they have, other than their melee defense of 54, that's about it. My second line is going to be the Thracian Nobles, the most elite units. Then the Mercenary Hoplites. I got some Mercenary Hoplites here. Then some Mercenary Veteran Hoplites. I love this Mercenary Veteran Hoplite unit. It's like one of my favorite, definitely my favorite spear unit in the Total War in Rome 2. Then we have the Thracian Nobles on my third line. Or actually, this would be my fourth line. Yes, this would be my fourth line. Then my general in the far back, that's another Thracian Noble. I have some 3 Thracian Nobles on either flank here. This is kind of my bulk. These here I'm not making part of my second line. At least I don't qualify them as part of my second line. They're pretty much in my second line, but yeah. Then here up front we have some Hillmen for Seleucid. Quite a few Hillmen, and normally a cheap junk unit. Then we have Royal Peltasts. Solid Royal Peltasts. These ones got some chevrons. This whole second line is level or Royal Peltasts. Some of these got level 2 chevrons. Some of these got level 1 chevrons. Then we got thorax swords in the final line. Then shield bearers for the general. And these thorax swordsmen are actually overextended. They can actually inflank my line if I'm not careful. These guys are going to crush me. But you can see I am extending my line with the Thracian Nobles there. And yeah. So the first line is going to stop here for a javelin volley totally from Seleucid. And this is not a bad idea, as the spears can return no javelins. They're not going to give any pushback to this, and they're going to just sit and take the brunt of that. Maybe should have saved the javelins for my lighter Thracian Nobles, as they have very low armor, though their charge bonus is 63 charge bonus. So they can do great. And their melee attack is 76. I mean, they are tanks on the charge. After that, a stalemate fight, they're not going to do great. But they also have low armor, and that's their disadvantage. So the javelins could do great damage against them. Over here already, I'm pushing on the right flank. This is my flanking move to hopefully encircle Seleucid's line. As you can see, there's no real depth to his ranks. It's pretty much, by the time he marches up, you can see he's got his line so tight right there. It's pretty much one line. There's not really 3 lines there. So he has no depth, no reserves really, other than some thorax swordsmen he could pull back if he would want to, if he would like. But yeah, I'm going to encircle him here on this flank because I have an extra Thracian noble who's going to get around, and that charge is just going to destroy them. Already 54 kills. I'm going to do the same thing here on the left, on my left. And yeah, these Thracian Nobles, this was a little bit of a premature charge here, as I'm going to get rear charged by the thorax swordsman. And yeah, I'm going to get sandwiched right here. And these Thracian Nobles, they are not going to do good in a grind out fight. And that's exactly what this is going to be, because now they can't pull back and cycle charge. And that is what they're good at. Cycle charging, getting that charge bonus, and they can't do that now. So now they're really going to suffer getting pinned in like this, hemmed in. However, this one did win. It's the Royal Peltas nor the Hillmen are actually going to move over and try to stop it. And it's just going to go back over and hit that thorax in the back. So this could save the sandwich that I get, that Seleucid put on me. Now the charge from the Hillmen and the Royal Peltasts is going to hit my first line. Okay, the thorax have been chewed through here. I mean, those Thracian nobles, gave them no time. I mean, now I've got a total flank on this my right flank, his left flank, and oof, that's painful. My spears, though, are holding against the Royal Peltas and the Hillmen. And now I'm going to move my mercenary veterans and my mercenary hoplites up. I'm not moving that unit up. I don't know why. I know I'm moving these ones up to try and hold this back. You can see my spears are already routing. I mean, that's a horrible unit. Here I've won. My Thracian nobles have completely destroyed Seleucid's right flank. And this is the tactic I'm trying to push here. You can see I have the double envelopment going on here. I'm winning on the left, my left and my right to encircle him. Now, I did one flaw here that I totally see. I did not reinforce my center with good enough units. And you can see here it's going to pay off. It's not going to pay off because me going cheap on the center, because now they've broken through. And this is going to pose a real problem to me. I do have that mercenary hoplite. It's just thankful that I kept that in reserve and did not move it up, because now it's going to be able to help stem that tide of thorax that just poured through that center. I did get a countercharge on those Royal Peltas from that Thracian noble. There's 2 units of Thracian nobles there. These spears coming back into the fight, finishing their rout. These Hillmen, I mean, yeah. Now we got some Royal Peltas encircling the mercenary veteran hoplite. I'm afraid that veteran hoplite's not going to do very good like that. Now we do have the Thracian nobles encircling that line. And yeah, okay, we got the whole flank over here. My right flank, I mean, this was where I won the war. Or won this part of the fight. I mean, I won on this left flank, or my Seleucid's left flank, with superior numbers, superior infantry, and now it's going to cause him some heartache here. He's got no reserves. You can see he's fully committed already. By not holding any reserves now, he's going to suffer because he's trying to push hard on the right flank. I want on the left, so he's thinking maybe I can push on the right. Maybe I can do the same thing. And it's not going to pay off. Those cheap spears reinforced by some Thracian nobles there. You see a couple Thracians in there. And the mercenary veteran hoplites are going to hold long enough for me to win on this flank. And now he's got no reserves to save this flank with. And he's going to suffer on this. I mean, mercenary hoplites are 82 and climbing, so pretty good on that unit there. Good job on those mercenary hoplites. But yeah, encircled right there. This whole Seleucid's whole left flank is pretty much gone. The center as well, where he first broke through. That was his big breach. That was his chance. I was able to stem that, thankfully, because I had a few Thracian nobles in reserve, as well as that hoplite. Not veteran hoplite, just the mercenary hoplite in reserve. Now you're going to see a couple rear charges here from the Thracian nobles into the rear of his thorax. Only 76 on this thorax, 81, which is pretty good for a thorax swordsman. The Hillman, 69. That is amazing for a Hillman. Normally those units are shredded by that time. Those Royal Peltas getting hit, 181. Here we have 262 on those Thracian nobles. I mean, these Thracian nobles are just chewing through Seleucid's units. Here we have, 160 men left and 175 kills and climbing, chasing those routing spears. This is like an invincible unit right here so far. No losses for 178 kills. That's a huge detriment to me. That's a problem for me. And now he's like clear behind my lines. Like he could turn around and just encircle me. 204 on that Thracian noble. Yeah, so if you're wondering why there's no archers and there's no cavalry, that was against the rules here. The rules were no cavalry, no archers. So it's very much comes down to who's better with their army composition and who's better with their tactics. And your flanking move even, you don't get that speed that the cavalry brings to the battlefield. You have to execute that relatively, I shouldn't say flawlessly. You have to do it pretty quickly and hopefully do as a distraction to make sure that your enemy doesn't notice you're doing it, because they have more time to counterattack when that cavalry's not there, that speed's not there. They can definitely move infantry faster than they can move their cavalry, and that infantry is just going to mow you down. They can definitely stop you because they can see you. They have more time to notice it. It definitely comes down to who has better army composition and who's better at who can click faster, I guess. who can move their units faster, who knows more about the battlefield there. Though this is also a flat plain, so kind of disgusting actually. I kind of like when it's a hill, you know, you can get some tactical advantage from being higher up, you know, stuff like that. But most of the time you fight on Nicomedia. I don't remember is that how you pronounce it? Nicomedia? Forgive me if I pronounce that wrong. But, whatever, that flat plain, I think that's actually where this is. Yeah, it is, because that looks over the sea. So yeah, I believe this is the map I'm trying to pronounce. And so the flank went really well for me. The double envelopment maneuver, and it really killed him over here on the left, his left flank. You can see right here is where I won the battle, because I came around, I was able to encircle this flank, and it was really then just a chain reaction, because I could just mow all along here, rear charging his line. And since he had no reserves, that was also a problem. I mean, here you can see this is all my units. This is where he broke through. I mean, that was going great. That breakthrough was perfect for him. If he would have had reserves and could have stemmed my charge on this left flank, and he wouldn't have gotten rear charge right here in the center, he could have won this fight. And now you have this Royal Peltas at 228 kills fighting my Thracian Noble General, who's now going to cycle charge back into that unit. The last of Seleucids really just getting surrounded. Here's kind of a frontal fight. I have numbers, so I could surround probably and rear charge them. That probably would have been smart. Here they're surrounded, and now that's going to just be a chain reaction. They're all just going to get ticked off. 316, they're just going to route one after another. So great game. Let's check the results. Hereby the Thracian nobles won the war here or the battle. I keep calling it a war. It's just a battle. The over 100 kills on all these Thracian nobles. A couple of them actually got over 200 kills. Some over 300. This one over 424, and that is pretty good for a unit. I mean, I'm used to getting my units about 150 kills, so I did relatively decent with those units. I'm really happy with how that turned out. The mercenary hoplites did good. The veteran hoplites, I was a little disappointed with this unit here. Only 28 kills. This one 97 though, so really happy with how that one worked. These spears, these cheap spears, they weren't meant to be my full kill unit. They were not meant to be the damage dealers. They did good in holding long enough for me to finish my flanking maneuver and encircle the enemy. So they did decent for what I expected them to do on the field, and so yeah, I think I got my worth out of them. So I'm victory for me. I got 5,501 kills, and I was facing living Stalinism, and he has 4,319 kills. He did great with the Hillman there. All of them over 70 kills. I mean, all of them have 70 or more kills. 154 on the shield bearers. Quite a few on the Royal Peltas. A lot on the Royal Peltas, actually. All over 100. Few getting over 200. So really good there. The thorax are a little disappointing there. 17, 14, 27. Couple high kills. 219. 99, 152. So a couple ones that got up there, 134, but most of them were down with the 19, 30, 31 kills. So not the full value out of those thorax swordsmen. Thank you for watching.